Hi, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. You caught me playing some Fortnite right now. You know what Fortnite is? Fortnite is kind of like a shooter type of game. It's like a battle royale where you have to like shoot people to win. And yeah, it's kind of violent, I guess you could say. But personally, just because I shoot people in this game doesn't really mean I want to shoot people in real life. Hi, my name is Kevin Mino, and today I'm going to be presenting why video games do not cause violence. Alright, so I'm going to be reviewing three main topics. First is the false statements that really kind of deface video games and the reason why it has such a negative stigma in the media. The real problem, why video games are not the factor of all these things that people say they're the factor of, and how video games have beneficial qualities that I will discuss more as we go on. So this picture that you're seeing right now is from an infamous mission from Call of Duty, which is a shooter game where you kill people. In this setting, you are a undercover agent, and in order to keep yourself undercover, you have to follow these guys' orders, and their orders just happen to be shooting up a airport with innocent civilians and basically massacring them. It was very, very big when this mission was found out, and the media took it by storm. It was overblown out of proportion, and people thought that this was a serious issue. Similarly, GTA 5, as pictured here, also has lots and lots of negative controversies, especially towards the more violent aspects of GTA 5. Just because you get to basically have a bunch of these guns and kill anyone with rarely any remorse. People like to think that because of the actions that you take in the games, that you're going to translate those actions into real life, but that's not really the case. And people like our President Trump recently just say that video games are the factor for all these problems when they're really not. Now, I want to talk about what are the factors of all these problems. When I'm talking about problems, I'm talking about violent occurrences like mass shootings, especially school shootings. And honestly, the real issue at hand is not the fact that kids are playing video games, it's the fact that kids are able to get their hands on guns in the first place. Now, getting a hand on a gun should be no easy matter, but in some cases, you can get a hand on a gun with barely any issues. And if you go through the official way, then you're gonna get background checks and all that. But there will always be people who will find a way to get those guns easier, illegally. And we got to crack down on those people. So the lack of gun control is what really is causing all these issues to happen. Also, besides gun control, is mental illness. I was doing some research and I didn't see too much emphasis on mental illness, but it is a attribute that exhibits the behaviors that people see towards people who do the mass shootings. People who have depression or anxiety play these games and think that they can do whatever they want. And while some cases may be true, it is not purely based off the video games. The video games don't cause the people with the depression or the anxiety or the whatever to go out and shoot people. That's their own mental illness. So now we're going to talk about the more positive things about video games, why it's beneficial. Right here, I have a bit of a low-res picture of the recently released Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch. Now, during this time, the current COVID-19 pandemic, most people in the world are stuck inside their houses. And Animal Crossing, I've seen all over Twitter and Instagram, has been sort of like an escape for people. People have been playing Animal Crossing. It's a really fun and chill game, and this just goes to show that video games can be useful in our personal everyday lives. This is not me. I wish I had a picture of me when I was playing a video game, but this is just an innocent child playing a game, having a fun time, because that's what games are, is a form of medium for entertainment, to occupy yourself during the darkest times or when there's nothing else to do. It's just like watching TV or watching a movie. Video games is a medium. It's a media. And people like to overblow things out of proportion sometimes, and that's why video games are put in such a bad light. I just want to review that, we talked about how the false statements kind of like slandered video games, the real issues at hand, and how video games can be very beneficial. And I hope you guys understand that, video games aren't really the problem. I could shoot 10 people in Fortnite right now, and that's not going to cost me to pick up a gun and shoot 10 people outside of my house. No, unless I was mentally ill or I had some sort of other stuff going on. That's normally not the case. If that was the case, I think we'll be seeing a lot more cases of active shootings in the world. I don't think video games are the problem, and if you think that they are, then I hope I was able to change your mind or give you a little bit of insight. And thank you very much for watching.